So just to show here the old and the new. So on the left hand side is the brand new one, which is a VW part, and on the right is the original. So the only real difference that I can see is the colour of the cross member. The other slight difference is that the interior mechanism is slightly recessed, but that doesn't appear to affect the actual mirror fitting onto the motor. So hopefully that will be all fine. So I've removed the mirror housing from the car. As you can see under here, you have the old motor that's broken. You can see the piece broken here, and I've bought a replacement. So having removed the back plates, which just unclips, you can see there's one slight difference in that on the new one to the right we have 3 terminals, and there are actually 4 wires on the original one. But if you actually look, 2 of the terminal connectors are joined, and looks like we have the 4 wires which could correspond to the 4 there. So hopefully we'll be able to get these connected. So in order from left to right, first wire is white, second a brown and white stripe, then black and brown stripe, and then black. So I've just used a soldering iron to heat up the solder on these to remove the connections, and can now connect up, you can see, connect up the new motor. The new motor's here on the right, and so far everything is looking as if it's working quite well. One thing to note is I've just checked on the connector, so that connects onto the connector on the car side, and 2 of the wires on there, the black and the brown stripe, when you look at the other side of the connector, they're actually connected together. So those are both exactly the same feed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape up one of these, and then the other I will solder on to one of these connectors. So first problem I found, everything else so far has gone perfectly, but you can see here the connectors where the screws go through are not long enough. Difference you can see here, that the screw actually comes through, whereas on this one the sleeve is much longer. By using a screwdriver you can push these through, and that then comes out. So I've now swapped over the 3 tubes. You can see there the screw now comes through, so we can connect that back in here. But before I do that, the next thing I need to do is just solder the connections on. So I'll do that now. So I've now soldered the connections on and taped up the spare wire that's not needed for this particular motor. So the next step is to refit the connectors to the car and test whether the mirror actually works. If you look here, there's a little lip that's blocking what needs to come off. So just going to mark that and just take that piece out. I'm just refitting the screws, tightening them up, and then we'll go and connect the mirror to the car, connect it into the wiring loom, and we'll see if it actually works. And the motor's moving, so it looks like we have a fix. So the mirror is now refitted to the car and is working perfectly. Probably took about an hour total, but if you've listened to some of the instructions and the details I said earlier, it'll probably be quicker because you won't have the experimenting that I needed to work out how to overcome some of the differences